The most delusional TikTok community by Rebal D. There. Oh god, what is this going to be? That's horse riding. But that's not a horse. What is this? What are we looking at? I guess we'll just start.
Strength, speed, precision, years of training, failure.
Is this the broke version of horse riding? What is this?
Pain, blood, sweat, and tears. All for the most prestigious sport known to mankind. Horse riding.
Without a horse.
Bruh.
It's like skydiving without a parachute. Surfing without a surfboard.
Surfing without a surfboard. I don't know if that works, but
Hobby horsing is all over my For You page, and I can't get out. We cannot escape. We cannot come out. So I decided to stop fighting. Stop fighting it. Stop swimming against the wave and just...
There's actually people that do horse riding but don't have a horse, so they're like, I'm too broke to buy a horse, so I'll buy one of these toy thingies? What?
Just embrace the art. Sorry, it's my other horse. Excuse me. Back to the stable. Well, I'll show you that. Oh, wait. This horse is so noisy. Now, unlike other hobbies, hobby horsing is not fun. At least doesn't look like it, the way the hobby horsing community talks about it. Their content is almost always about the
Pain, the injuries, the falls, the failure.
Hobby horsing? I have never heard of this. Have I been living under a rock?
The suffering, the damage this sport does. You laugh, you think this is easy?
Look at my chapped up thighs. Look at my thighs. Look! Hobby horse fall caught on camera.
What? Okay. I probably need to move myself a bit so we don't block this. Give me a second.
That horse is dangerous.
Hobby horsing is not dangerous.
What is this? What am I looking at? What is this? What is this? Why? Huh?
Becoming a member of the hobby horsing community, which I am about to be, means joining a battle. They seem to believe they are amidst a grand historical struggle for recognition among the pioneers of social justice. Civil rights activists? Suffragettes? They fought for something, right? It is the hobby horsing athletes that are antagonized, marginalized, vilified for their unwavering commitment.
Roots in Scandinavian countries. The history of hobby horsing can be traced back to the 16th century, when hobby horses appeared in German woodcuts and Spanish oil paintings. No! No! Hobby horses have also been used in Murmurs plays and Morris dancing traditions. Interesting. Horse riding is fun when done with a horse. Yeah.
You think this is good, these tiny ass hurdles? Child's play. Try pulling a hamstring while galloping in your backyard. In fact, here is a hobby horsist reenacting. Yes, reenacting, because acting and make-believe are some of the major tenets of this sport. How she hobby horsed so hard, she passed out. And when was the last time you passed out working out?
Hobby horsing is not a sport. It's easy and everyone can do it.
Oh yeah? This is me after my routine. I was...
Hobby horsing is not a sport, it's easy and everyone can do that. Oh yeah, this is my after... This is me after my dressage routine. I was passing out, couldn't breathe, almost throwing up, dizzy, shaking, whole body, burning in pain. What the fuck? It ain't that deep, it's just hobby horsing. These people are the football players of hobby horsing. They fall and they immediately completely die. Like, if you watch a football match and somebody falls and like they completely exaggerate what actually happened, stuff like that. That's what it looks like.
Passing out, couldn't breathe, almost throwing up, dizzy, shaking, whole body burning. It sounds like a very unpleasant hobby. It doesn't sound like a hobby at all. Now, this moving video was posted on Hobby Horse Academy's Instagram page alongside this caption. Read this first before you watch the video, okay? The truth is, you can't really judge a thing but until you give it a shot. This video was replicated from a girl that just finished a dressage competition. The reality is the people actually have zero idea how hard it is to finish this kind of competition. Now, the thing that is really ironic here, okay, this is where we get a little bit sassy. The most of the people on social media, that's you, maybe they're talking about me, that hate on hobby horsing and are directly making fun of it are also the influencers that do everything just to get those views rolling and to bump up their followers. Guilty.
Guilty is charged. Like, it's not that deep, it's just hobby horsing. And yes, it looks goofy as hell, I'll be real. I wouldn't shit on you for it, but it looks goofy as hell.
I wouldn't, you know, buy a horse on a stick and prance around the city.
That looks goofy as hell. No, the hobby horsing people have German roots. Don't make them angry.
Damn it, I did do that, didn't I?
Hobby horsing is nothing else but kids pretending with stuffed sticks.
Well, actually, hobby horsing is years of perfecting the skill.
Dedication to a lot of training to make jumps like these happen.
What is this? What is this? You are not, madam. You are not a horse. What? It looks like he's horsing around. This looks so funny. It looks weird. I let the people do what they want, right? Nope, they're not harming anybody. But this looks weird as hell.
Perfecting the elegance and the flow of jumping. We make it look easy, also dangerous. Ah! For us, the ultimate freedom of expression.
What an artist, you know? Sorry, athlete. Look at a hobby horse jump. Just do hurdles. No, because I want to jump higher. Well, just do high jumps. That's a sport in the Olympics, by the way. Well, apparently they did think of track and field, and there's nothing you can say that offends a hobby horsist more than the words track and field. Why not just do track and field? Because track and field doesn't allow you to jump 140 centimeters and keep running. Hobby horse is life. And then someone that does track literally says track does allow you to jump like that and keep running, and you can go way higher than 140.
So the argument for hobby horsing is to jump because you want to jump higher. You know what I think it is? You just want to have that that toy horse between your legs. Because you actually enjoy doing that. And you wouldn't get the thrill out of it for jumping regularly. I think that's what it really is.
40. I was in track, so I know. Always remember that the same people that mock us, bully us, disrespect us are the same people that will be shocked we made it. Like, y'all are not in a war against the world. It's not you versus the world.
It's just you versus... It's just the hobby horsing that makes it look weird as hell.
You're as athlete as other sports players. You can be one of the best of your sport. We all need exercise. Just there, working out. Just go and enjoy your sport. She's just on the track, trotting. I feel like the only thing that makes this ridiculous is the toy. The prancing around, sure, that's athletic. Rhythmic gymnastics, I mean, come on. It's like make-believe, delusions. Sometimes talk about the horse toys that they're using. They talk about it like it's an actual living horse. If your horse keeps messing up the striding...
If your horse? But my girl, this is not a horse. This is a toy. This is a toy. This is a toy. It's just a toy, bro.
I resisted her there, you see? Get rid of the problem by covering its eyes. Trust is key between you and your... POV, the coach gets on your horse to prove that you are the problem. Gets on your horse.
On your fucking horse? It's not a horse, though. It's just a toy, still.
Oh my god, you see how the horse was resisting her there? It's like, I'm not gonna jump. If this is not crazy, I don't know what is. I'm gonna think I walked into a different kind of institution. Here she is, channeling in her inner horse. I guess she wants to be a horse, not a horse rider. She says it right here. Have you ever wondered what these horses feel like? You haven't? Well, she has. Oh my, Holly is
stepping along just like a Pastafino horse does a wonderful job winning first prize. What? No? How do you win prizes for that? What is going on? Somebody needs to call her dad. True and real.
stepping along just like a Pastafino horse does a wonderful job winning first prize. Look at that. Look at those skills. This is literally pretend sports. Look at her failing because giving up is worse. Oh, girl, put the stick down. Put the stick down. What's crazy is the song choice. They used labor over the song. That's the framing they always love to use, that there are heroes. What a hero!
These are just women taking a horse toy and jumping around with the horse toy. Why? I don't get it.
The delusions, look. Once she's done a successful jump, look at that. Wait. She's gonna jump successfully and look at the delusions. Pats the horse. Good horsey. Here's a time when your horse was acting up. Or don't you
if I was her dad, I'd still tell her to put the goddamn stick down. I mean, yeah. Man, I should have stayed asleep, yes. To be fair enough, be fair though, it is better that they're having fun with this kind of horse toy than the other kind of toy. Calm down. Calm down, we're not stepping into that territory, yes. I mean, they're not hurting anybody. They seem to have fun. They're still delusional, though.
Or don't you fucking hate when your horse starts acting up? Here, look, she's had to losing control. Let's be careful. Maybe I'm the crazy one. You guys jump. That's talent. That's athleticism. Look, leading your excited horse into the snow. Look at that. Oh, so excited. You gotta hold him down. Gotta hold him down. Oh my god, couldn't resist.
Leading your horse? These things don't live. They don't move on their own accord. Right? They don't move on their own accord. What are you saying?
The little horsey just jumped right in. The horse and her, they are one. Dare I say, she is the horse. As I mentioned, they're very sensitive.
I mean, yes, she is the horse. So it makes no sense.
About you calling hobby horsing a hobby, okay? It's a sport.
Not a sport.
Don't you dare suggest it's not a sport.
Which is very interesting, you know, because tell a grandma knitting is not a sport, she'll just shrug it off. Tell a potter that pottery is not a sport, he'll just keep spinning the clay. Tell a gardener gardening's not a sport, he's just gonna keep pulling the weed out. But tell a hobby horser that what they're doing is a hobby? You might as well have slapped their imaginary horse across the face.
Careful though. Careful though. If you do that, they might shove up the horse stick up your booty hole. Who knows?
The moment you even suggest that running around with a stick between your legs is not comparable to, say, wrestling or pole vaulting, they go into full revolution mode.
How dare you? We train, we bleed, we suffer, we are athletes.
You want me to just enjoy my hobby the way grandma does knitting, the potter does pottery, the gardener does gardening, and not label myself a legendary athlete?
No, you have to respect it. You have to validate it. You have to acknowledge that my scraped knee and my pulled hamstring are proof of this struggle.
You know, the only thing I can acknowledge is you getting hurt this much. Do something else. They're pushing to be in the Olympics.
People are calling for hobby horsing to be an Olympic sport? Essay by hobby horsing. What? If breakdancing can be in the Olympics, then maybe hobby horsing can be as well.
Okay, how come you got breakdancing and not hobby horsing? Bring them in. Bring them in. Okay, next we'll have competitive thumb twiddling. 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a thumb war. Or how about extreme hopscotch? Here's a good one. I'm gonna get myself a gloves, a helmet, and drive my imaginary Formula 1 through Monaco. I might not be moving, but I am. No. What do you mean I'm not moving? This is a sport. I'm literally in Monaco, though. This is my gear. And then, you know, the competition, the sport, is a vocal sport.
What other silly things could we turn into an Olympic sport? Let me think. I don't know. If there's hobby horsing, could there be hobby cycling? Or hobby motor biking, whatever you want to call it? I wonder. Running around with the stick, we do that all the time. Men. An Olympic sport. Yeah, people would clown to these. Yeah, people would clown these. That's crazy. They want to be part of the Olympics. Yeah, they want to be. One day, lady destroyed the vitality of breakdancing in the Olympics. Okay, interesting. It's actually sad. That's crazy. Pancake flipping. Gooning? No, GT. No, not gooning. Not gooning. Melodic farts. Oh my god. What the heck? And she even had the audacity to copyright anyone who copies her worm dance. I'm gonna do a worm dance right now.
So the harder my engine goes, I guess the faster it seems I'm going, the more likely I am to win. I mean, if you're an adult and you're doing hobby horsing, sit down, we have to talk. But if you're a young kid and you're just doing it for fun, I get that. Like, that's what that's for fun. It's a toy. Interestingly, and I'm not sure if my findings are very accurate, but I seem to have found what looks like a case system within the hobby horses community, where some hobby horse riders that don't have actual horse riding experience seem to have an inferiority complex to the great equestrians. One equestrian said, "I love how this is considered a sport and us equestrians are fighting to even be considered a sport."
I don't think anybody considers actual horse riding not a sport. I don't think anybody's fighting out here. Interesting. She discovered the worm dance like Christopher Columbus. That's mine now.
And another said, as a real equestrian, I find this one offensive. Sorry, didn't mean to offend you. They can't say, no, we're more of a real sport than you are. So there's an inevitable, I guess, inferiority complex. This is so ridiculous. Hobby horse are just stuffed horses on a stick. Hobby horse is elegance. Hobby horse is athleticism. Those jumps are impressive. When I do this, I feel free. Look at this. They feel this when they run around the stick, and I don't care what you say to me. You know, it's always...
So what you are saying at the core is that you settle for hobby horsing because you're too broke to afford an actual horse. That's what it is. That's what it feels like.
them against the world. I feel free. They're becoming horses, you know? Look at how aesthetic they are. They're so aesthetically pleasing, you know? Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at that prance. Thing is, it's not a performance. Hey, it's a sport. Remember, don't make them get angry. This account, the Hobby Horse Academy, every single post, you open up the comments, and the first 3 comments are always so supportive. Okay, they're so positive. They're so full of love, and they're always the pinned comments. And you just need to scroll past the first 3, bestie.
Got 89 replies. Man, that sounds painful. Bro was fighting a war. How much are these hobby horses selling for? Ask you the right questions. And I wonder, if you win competition, you sell that hobby horse, does the price go up like as it would be for like actual horses?
And then the real shit hits.
Hobby horsing is legit impressive. If someone is saying, now jump 10 and there are so many hobby who've done that, hobby horsing should be an Olympic sport.
Elegance, grace, athletic, they're always the top 3. It's insane. I'm telling you, they're fighting the hardest at the front lines. But hobby horsing, it's not just a hobby. It is not just a sport. It is a personality. POV walking down the stairs, but it just gets more obvious that you're a hobby horser walking, you know, just me just walking down the stairs, but then something happens to her. It starts trotting. Oh, it's becoming a canter. Oh no, a passage. Oh my goodness! Oh.
Imagine if she trips. Imagine if she trips. It's not the hobby horsing that's getting you hurt. It's doing this on stairs that gets you hurt. Too broke to actually do horse riding. True and real. Esport has a higher chance of being seen as a real sport. True.
She's just progressively becoming more and more a horse. It's cute. I mean, it's a kid, right? It just stops being cute when it's no longer make-believe, and I have to sit there and pet your horse. You know, I have to be like,
oh, did you like feed him? Let's feed him together.
In fact, it's kind of concerning because your hobby horsing has spilled over now into other sports, actual sports, like dirt bike riding. Leader of the hobby duro movement, Andy Breaker. First
hobby rider. Professional hobby rider. I'm too broke to afford a bike, so I'm becoming a hobby rider. Psychiatrist be buzzing with money. This is crazy. The dude's doing it as well.
Professional hobby rider. What's he doing? Well, he's riding a bike extremely dangerously. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that's gotta be a stunt double. Like, no offense, but what do we need the helmet for? What's the worst that could happen in this sport? I don't know.
I guess for the, what's the word? I guess for the, aesthetic? For the feeling? Maybe? I don't know. Don't let OF people know about hobby horses. They will try to make riding a person's sport. Oh god, the Olympic sex competition. No. 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 That was embarrassing. That isn't real. Well, it is now.
No, bestie. This one says,
Don't try this at home, it's dangerous.
don't try this at home. Don't tell me what to do. Hobby horsing is just something stupid the modern kids invented. 6th century is new, clocked you. The history of hobby horsing can be traced back to the 16th century. Last year's picture, this one was probably taken with an iPhone. This probably from the US Championships last month. Yeah, it's been around for centuries.
As a toy.
Don't care what people think. Nothing was normal from the first time. Reminder, the level of danger in sports doesn't make the sport better or worse. Just because your sport is more dangerous doesn't make mine legitimate, okay? Hobby horsing is not dangerous. Oh yeah?
Like, these girls are trying to pull off jumps that horses are supposed to do. I think I should be a psychiatrist because I get clients like these. Go ahead.
Now I'm valid, because it is dangerous.
They're so cinematic with it, you know, so epic.
I am living my dream, no matter what. Oh, 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 oh. We don't quit.
Listen, I don't want to shit on anyone's party, okay? That's not who I am. Yes, it is. No, but like, I don't want to be an asshole. I see how this is super entertaining and fun, but I'm just imagining like hosting events where we're meant to.
Again, they aren't hurting anyone, but I don't know. This got to be a European invention. It is. It is. It is. Pokio Conjury is weird. It is. It is. I don't see black people claiming to have invented hobby horsing with the "we would kicks me." No. But I did see something weird, and that was that a black guy was claiming that the original Japanese were black. Do with this information you will. I hope this was satire. If it not, that's crazy.
Go watch people do this, and I don't see that much different from going to a concert where everybody's playing an instrument, but it's invisible. Air guitar. But
we should make air guitar a competition.
at the same time, there is a lot of like super impressive jumps in there. There's clear athleticism. That is cool stuff, but there is a sport for that, minus the prop. But then you throw in the prop, and you start acting like the prop is a real thing, a real living thing, and I have to act the same too.
I love my Hoshi, and my Hoshi love me.
No, I don't think.
No. No.
Think so. The world is interesting. People are afraid to do what they want, you know? We're afraid to say what we want to. But yeah, that was pretty sad. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, thumbs up. Share your thoughts down in the comments below. Would you rather hobby horse or hobby ride? For me, I'd rather the bike.
Neither.
Mostly because I would have to wear a helmet and nobody would know it. This was me. Let me know your thoughts, guys. That was pretty sick. I'm gonna go.
I need to watch more videos from this guy. This is great. Okay, so what do I think about hobby horsing? It looks silly. Let's be honest. It looks silly. It looks like you were too broke to afford an actual horse, which is why you're doing it. But they're not hurting anybody. They seem to be having fun, except when they do their walks downstairs, which is not a smart thing. But aside from that, I think it's alright. It does look silly there. It does look silly.